Hello, Stampers. Hi, it's Christina Taylor here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from North Canton, Ohio, coming to you with a card making class. For I'm going to be sharing with you some just clean and simple designs. So when you need a card quickly and you don't have one on hand, you can grab like your stamps, your designer series paper, some punches, just a few simple things to make some really quick and easy cards, but that make a big impact creatively, and the recipient will be like, wow, she made this or he made this, So that's what I'm going to share with you today. I got a box of products, but I'm not going to take time to go through new products today on this video because I want to jump right in and get started with the stamping. But I did get a couple things that I'm going to open them up and kind of share with you because I'm looking at them, really excited about them. I'm thinking I want to do a product-based class with them too. So I'll just go ahead and flip the camera down and we will go ahead and get started. I'll share a few things with you and then we'll start stamping. Okay. Now just a second. Okay. Sorry, that took me just a little bit. My camera was shaking above, so everything was moving. Okay, so this is what I want to share with you. I got these products in my order today that I had been anxiously awaiting. Shipping times have been just a little bit slow with Stampin' Up! Lately, but just that's all the more reason we'll just anxiously await our orders to arrive because that with anticipation. This is part of the Bright and Beautiful suite of products. There's a birthday stamp set and or such as celebration stamp set with balloons and then dies to kind of complement that. But these products also go with that suite of products. So these are the Bright and Beautiful Memories and More card pack. This is the Bright and Beautiful Memories and More cards and envelopes. And then this is the Brights and Beautiful Designer Series paper. So as you can see, these products already, just looking at them, they coordinate so well. Like this would be a beautiful class. So I want to, I'm just going to open these up and we can kind of look at them together. I just thought I'd share them with you before we get started with these cards today. Let me go ahead and kind of slit all of these so that way I can just get them opened up after I've got the plastic, because I literally just got them today. I was working in the yard. You can probably tell by my hair, it's whipped up on top of my head for my video, but for those of you who like locally watching this, you're aware that my husband built a building and you're in the process of getting our drive concreted, and it is quite the project, but they've excavated most of it. A lot of dust, just a lot going on. So we've been a little busy. So I was trying to work out the flower beds. They're going to need a little bit of love after all the excavation that's happening. So anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program here. Okay, so these are card bases. These are a 4x6 card base, and I think you get 10 and 10. I don't know. This is the first time opening this up. So they have just some beautiful watercolor. This one has like an ombre effect with the bubble bath pink, which is super pretty pink. And then this one is just kind of like some watercolor with that's the Azure Afternoon. I think this is lucky. So what is that? It's the lime one. It came back and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is the color? Let me look here. Lemon Lime Twist. I think it's Lemon Lime Twist, or could be Parakeet Party. Let me look on the back of this. So you can tell I really didn't look this up. So it is Lemon Lime Twist. Okay. So those are the card bases, and you get 20 of those, 10 of each. And then these are the fun envelopes. Look at those. Aren't those beautiful? Oh, I love that. That is so pretty. Yeah. both sides are equally pretty. So you've got 20 envelopes, 20 card bases. And we've got, let me take this up away here. And we've got the designer series paper that goes along with this. There's also a ribbon bundle, but that didn't come in my order today. It's a 3-pack of ribbon. Coordinates together with this sweet and grab it. Let me look at, see, look, I've got all my buy it tabs. These are all my buy it tabs, things that I like have to have. Let me find this ribbon. Yeah, here it is right here. So it's this, the sheer ribbon combo pack. You get the bubble bath, Jour afternoon, and lemon lolly. So it would complement this suite of products really well, I think. And it's 3 spools, they're 5 yards each, and $12.50, which is great value. So that was a little side note there. I just know that was coming. I just didn't have that today. Take this out. So let's take a look at this. So you get 4 of each. It's a 6x6 pack, 48 sheets. So this is front and back of this one. Then, oh my goodness. So this is front and back. Front and back. These are really pretty. Like beautiful watercolor imagery. Oh, look at that one with the polka dots, like the little like bokeh. Is that what they call that? That little, I love that. See some lemon lolly stripes. Oh, and then the dots here. That's nice too. So some lemon lime twist and some fun little slashes there in multiple colors. That's pretty. I think that's pretty peacock and Lost Lagoon. So pretty. Some Lost Lagoon with some fun little doodles there. And then some moonlight or misty moonlight and some stars. So it's kind of all have like a celebration-y theme with the little stars there. Oh, look at that, a Jour afternoon. That one's pretty. And like some confetti and little party like streamers. And then this might be blueberry bushel. See what it looks like to me. Some fun stars and the multicolors of the pack. And then this is the fun like rainbow striped pattern with the berry burst on the back. So pretty. So this is the designer series. That's $12.50 for that pack. And then let's take a look at these cards too. I just think it's going to be, since our class today that I'm sharing with you is clean and simple designs, I really think that this combination of products would make some very easy to do cards. So that's why I was like, I think it would be so fun to do a product-based class with this. So let me know in the comments if you have thoughts on that, if you would like to if you have interest in this product-based class where you would get all these products and I take you through a tutorial to kind of how to use those. So these are cards that you can use, like put on a card front. They are designed to go either if you do scrapbooking or if you'd like to use them in card making, they will fit the card bases that I showed you earlier. So of course there's front and back of each. Fun. Okay. Just look at these together. Oh, today is the day. So this would be like for scrapbooking, but you could cut that in half, put that on a card. Fun little doodles on the back. You can do it. That's a very nice card for like hope and like encouragement card. Look at that, happy birthday. That in itself put on front on the front of one of those cards, you'd have a quick card already ready to go. This is so great. Congrats, you deserve it. This would be great for congratulations on graduation or job promotion. Look at those fun patterns on the back. So even if you don't use the card that has like the sentiments on it, you've got some fun DSP on the back side too. This is a super cute card for like a celebration. And then there's these fun die cut stickers that are in here. So you get 2 of each sheet with all these little fun sentiments on them in bright colors. Yeah, I'm excited to create with this. Let's see what these little guys are. Okay, so you've got some sentiments. These could be like cut and you could put them on a card, you know, using these just in little banner pieces. So you've got 6 sentiments right there. On the back, you've got some watercoloring. Again, happy birthday card, super cute. This one is like a frame. If you were using it for scrapbooking, you could put a picture on there. If you're using it for stamping, you could use that as your front piece, stamp your greeting on that. Hip hip hooray. Let's see. And then some fun little geometric kind of designs there. Oh, happy day. That's so pretty with that diagonal paper. Love that. Cheers to you. Another celebration. Little card with some fun confetti on the back. That's fun too. Very easy to use for cards. Way to go for like something that somebody's done and it's just like you're so excited for them. Again, frame, you could stamp a greeting on there and then you've got a layered piece for a card. So thrilled for you. Fun little background with some DSP. Excuse me. I didn't bring my water, so that could be interesting as we're doing this video. This would be a great one to stamp a sentiment on and use that on the front of your card. Same with this. Yeah. Let's party. That's fun. That's the back side of that. Fun time, good friends, great memories. Oh, that's great. That's good. And again, those could be cut in thirds if you needed to use the different sentiments. Some stars on the back. You're seriously the best. I love that. Love the little dots on there too. See what's on the back of that. Some watercolor wash. Enjoy today. Look how simple that is. That would be so fun just on the front of one of those cards with the watercolor backgrounds to it. Yeah, this is a class in the making right here. Star on some journaling paper, some of those fun polka dots again. Hip hip hooray. Those little squigglies. Another great label piece. You did it. That'd be a fun graduation card too. Journaling piece. Make every day a celebration. Great one to stamp a sentiment on. Let's celebrate something amazing. That's fun too. And then another journaling piece. So anyway, I think that this is going to be a fun bundle of products to work with. I just wanted to share them with you because I was so excited when I got them. And like I said, just opened it up and I was like, look at those colors. Like that is really going to be a bright, fun card class. So watch for details on that. Let me know in the comments if you have interest in that. Love to hear your feedback. Okay. Let's see. So you're watching this on, if you're watching this on YouTube with a link, don't forget to subscribe to my page so you get updates on when I upload class videos or just share a project with you or whatever the case may be. And feel free to share the video, like it, comment, all the things. I guess the YouTube world loves the algorithms of people sharing because then other people want to share this or see this too, and they share it. So let me share with you my June class. So coming up for June, we have the on June 21st, the Caring Note card class. So that is we have a 9:30 a.m. class session, and a 6:30 p.m. class session. The classes go for 2 hours. You're going to make 8 cards, 2 each of 4 designs. And this class will feature cards that you can share with someone who needs a caring or loving note, featuring greetings of hope and encouragement, sympathy, and thinking of you. So it's a great class to share some paper sunshine with someone that you love that's just needing a little pick-me-up. So the if you're a Y member, the cost is $21. If you're not a Y member, it's $23. And if you can't make the class but would like a kit to go, those are $23 as well. And you can message me at stampmecrazy@sbcglobal.net and reserve one of those kits directly with me. If you want to attend the class in person, you just contact the North Canton YMCA. Okay, let's see. For today's video, all the projects that I'm sharing with you. So here's the story. some of the projects that I have to share with you, we are using retired colors. So I had designed some projects for this class offering, and my pre-order did not arrive. Like it did not arrive in time for me to have everything cut and ready for the class. So you will see some retired colors used in this class video and some other retiring items. So I'm certain I can offer you a happy substitution for something I'm sharing with you, but I had to improvise based on my products not being here and for me to be able to cut them to use in class. So if you see anything on today's video that you are excited about and want to order, and you're not working with a demonstrator, I would love to earn your business. My website address for my online store is stampingyoucrazy.stampinup.net. And my current hostess code is DQTMHKKH. So when you enter that code, let's see, so today is, what is it? May 17th? No, May 18th, day after class. When you use that code online, that lets me know that you would like the free card kits that I give away each month. And so I will offer this with this host code probably through the first part of June, I think, since today is 18th. So it'll go a couple weeks. It's definitely through the end of May, probably the first week in June. So you'll get the card kits being offered during this time. That's 3 card kits for your order. And I think that's about it. Again, if you have any questions on anything, you can always message me. I'm going to get a lozenge because I did not bring my water down here, and I've got a little tickle in my throat from working outside in those flower beds. Okay. So let me share with you what we are using on this project. Starry Sky ink, which is one of our ink colors. We are using the Lasting Label Punch, which is this guy here. We are using the Around the Bend stamp set and the Around the Bend dies, which just will give you a closer look at them here. Actually, on this one, I didn't use the dies. I just pulled them out because I wanted to show you that there are products that coordinate together. So you can find this in the annual catalog. And the ribbon that I have is the retired Night of Navy ribbon. And the gems that I got, I wanted to use the new Tencel gems, and that, of course, didn't happen for me. So I'm using some rhinestone basic jewels. And these were from our Waves collection when we had a special order, like a product release. So, but you can use whatever gems you have. If you have rhinestones and you have blends, you can color your gems to whatever color you want. So I know that we can have a happy substitution there. I'm also using, for the DSP, I'm using Sun Prints, which is a retired paper. Now, however, that being said, if you watch the clearance rack with Stampin' Up, it's quite possible that this paper will be on there. I had wanted to use the Cottage Inn Designer Series paper, but I initially had only ordered 1 pack and kind of, created with that, needed more, and it didn't arrive in time. So I had to substitute something else that was blues and kind of change my color template a little bit. But again, like I said, we can always find a happy substitution. Okay, so your supplies here. So we've got our envelope, and I am using Pacific Point. So a happy substitution for this would be, of course, Starry Sky, which we're using that. Or you could use the new Azure Afternoon. We're going to use that a little later on another project. Or any of the colors that are in the Designer Series paper that you happen to be using. This card can easily be transformed into whatever Designer Series paper you have. Use that color template. It's a very easy card to make as far as quick, and the Designer Series paper does all the work for you with the beauty that Stampin' Up! Is known for in their papers. So we've got a piece of Pacific Point that's got 4 1/4 by 11. A piece of basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4. And then I've got 3 pieces of Designer Series paper. And they are cut, so an inch and a quarter by 5 1/4. And you just need 3 pieces, 3 different patterns, whatever's complementary. So you take any pack of paper that Designer Series paper that Stampin' Up! Has, it'll coordinate together. And then you needed just have an extra piece of whatever card based color you're going to use, and then the basic white. And I've gone ahead and punched those out of the lasting label punch and just went ahead and pre-did that. Okay. So we are going to start stamping here. I'm going to start by just folding a card base in half. Okay. And I'm going to bring in my paper piercing mat because this stamp set is photopolymer. So I want to use that mat below it to just give it a nice little cushion there that I can get a nice transfer of my images when stamping. So I'm going to start by, and I didn't re-ink these after class, and sometimes they get very well loved as far as the amount of pressure that's put on them. So hopefully they're going to ink really well for me because I really should have re-inked them after class. So that's really good. That's good. I'm going to go ahead and do the corner of this envelope as well. And we'll set that aside. I'm going to grab my chamois because I need to clean my stamp here. So I've just got my chamois in here. And this is just the stamp case with some Designer Series paper on it. I just like to keep it in here. It helps keep it moist, before, as you're using it in between. Okay, then I'm going to come in here with my label piece. And I'm going to use the hello there greeting. I think this card with a hello there greeting, you can then use that for thank you, thinking of you, happy birthday, whatever the occasion. You're just kind of like, you're saying hello, and then you just type your message, and you're going to write your message out in, I'm going to put this on here just because I cannot see it with the white on white. Type, put whatever message in there that you need. Okay, now that I have a greeting on there, I can come back in. This little flower on the side. Okay. That's all the stamping we're going to do on that one. See, just easy. We have a couple punch outs, the label, stamped it. We're good to go. Now we're ready to assemble. All right, so I am going to my pieces kind of on my card, get an idea of where I want them. And when I'm doing like panel pieces, I like to do the end ones first. So I'm just going to use some Tombow adhesive. And I'm just going to frame that in. So they've got a nice little border on the sides and top and bottom. And do the same over here. And then we'll come in with that centerpiece. That way, well, I find when I do it this way, then I can kind of split the difference between those two ends. So that method usually works out really well for me by doing a nice frame at the top and bottom on the sides, and then I can split the difference in the center. So that quickly, look, we've got the front of our card, our front panel. So we'll go ahead and put a little adhesive on this inside piece. Okay, that down. And then we're going to come in with our punched label. Okay, so here's the trick here. I want to give a layer behind that. So I'm going to take and cut my punch out right in half, lengthwise, okay? So we've done that, and then if you go like this, you're like, oh, okay, I can kind of put the layer there. You know, you get a pop-up layer, that type of thing. But if you look, so if I do it this way, come on up here. You've got just a little bit of overhang right there. Okay. So I don't want that on my particular card. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the half that I cut off, and on that little notch right there. So let me put there, this little guy right here. I'm going to take and cut that at an angle, this little piece right off, and do the same on that side and this side of both of these. Okay. So we end up with these two little shapes. Then what I'm going to do is put a little adhesive on the top of my label. And I'm going to come in here and just drop it down like, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch, giving it a nice little layer. I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. So it's going to give me that illusion like I've got a label bigger behind it, layered it, and just gives it some nice little pop, a little bit of dimension there. Okay, then I'm going to come in with the navy ribbon, and grab my, so let me get some dimensionals too. So I'm just going to take and run a little adhesive right in the center of my card. And for this ribbon, I'm just going to take and loop it around. This is a great way to do ribbon on a masculine card. So just making a loop like that. So no bow or anything. And just fastening it down right on the adhesive. I'm going to get some dimensional. With the fresh sheet of dimensionals. Everybody loves that. So I just need a couple because this is the label, so it's not real big and bulky. Okay, so there we go. Super easy, really quick card, but like a beautiful impact as far as the designer series paper. It does all the work. We've got a little bit of ribbon here. So then I'm going to take these gems, and I'm not going to bling it up a lot. I'm just going to come in with one gem and put it right on the little center of that one little flower there. Keep it real simple. So we've got our envelope, got our first card, super quick and easy, but beautiful, beautiful impact there. Okay, all right, let me clear all these goodies off, and then I'll come back with another project. Okay. Okay, we are back with another project, or I'm back, you know, with you. Okay, this next project, we are using the Granny Apple Green ink. We are using Sentiment Silhouettes and Charming Sentiments as our stamp set and our dies. So this one is 2 sheets of dies, and what they are is they cut out all the words in this stamp set, plus have some additional images. Let me show you here so you can see. So you've got all these dies in one set. So you've got a bunch of heart stars, little birthday candles, some bow toppers, some dots, some trim and stuff like that. So great set of dies. And we are using this one here. So you'll find those in the annual catalog. The greeting that I've chosen is the wishing you everything wonderful, because I think that can be used for any occasion to celebrate, particularly a birthday. You know, I'm thinking birthday, but you could use that really for pretty much anything that you wanted to celebrate, I think. And then I've also grabbed the Nature's Prints because I wanted to use this fern out of here, because we are also using the Fern 3D embossing folder. And I thought that would be a nice touch for on the inside of our card and our envelopes. So. And I think that's it. Okay. So next, what we've got is our envelope and our supplies. We've got a Granny Apple Green piece of cardstock that is cut 4 1/4 by 11. We've got 2 pieces of basic white that are cut 4 by 5 1/4. Then we've got 1 piece of Granny Apple Green that is cut 3 by 3 square. Another piece of Granny Apple Green that's cut 1 1/2 by 4 1/4. Okay. And then this is another one where I needed to substitute a different designer series paper. I was hoping to use the Bright and Beautiful designer series paper with this one. But as you can see, because I just literally unwrapped a package of it, I just got it. So I have substituted the Hues of Happiness designer series paper. This is a retired paper. However, if you watch the clearance rack, I am almost confident that it will appear there when they do a clearance rack refresh. And you can probably get it for like $4 or something crazy, you know, because the prices are always insanely like deeply discounted on the clearance rack when things are released. So we've got 2 sides to it. You can use whatever side you want, of course. I'm going to stick with the florals. And those pieces are cut 2 3/4 square. And then I've got cut 1 at 1 1/4 inch by 4. Okay. So we're going to start by folding our Granny Apple Green cardstock in half. And using the bone folder to just flatten that crease. Okay. And then next what we would do, so we're going to take the 1 sheet of basic white cardstock and run that through our Fern 3D embossing folder, running that through the cut and emboss machine, and that is going to give us this beautiful piece of embossed cardstock. Go ahead and open up our Granny Apple Green ink. Okay, so on my stamping, I want to do, set these aside. I want to use the Fern from the Nature's Prints stamp set. And I'm just going to put a fern on the inside, just kind of stamp and stamp off so you get that nice little two-toned and a little bit of dimension there. And I'm going to do that same thing on the envelope. Okay, so we've got our envelope done, the inside of our card. Let me clean up the stamp. Okay, now I went ahead and punched out our die cut piece. I went ahead and punched that out with the greeting that I'll be using. So we're going to see if I can line this up. If not, I'll stamp it and we'll punch it, or I'll die cut it out again. So I'm going to ink up my stamp. And then the great thing about the polymers is that you can see completely through it and stamp right down. And let's see how well this looks. Not bad. Not bad. I'm happy with that. Actually, yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay. So that's a great thing about photopolymer. You can die cut a bunch of those and just kind of go over it and do your stamping. And that is all the stamping we're going to do on this project. So just going to clear all that stuff aside. That little die back over there, and we are ready to layer and assemble our card. Okay. I'm going to put this inside piece in there first. Layer that nicely. Then come back in here and put some adhesive on the fern piece. And just layer that. I love the using the Tombow because it kind of lets you position it a bit more. You got a little bit of playroom there with it. So I'm going to use the I want to use the floral side, not the one with the navy on it. So I'm just going to put some adhesive on these two. And layer that. And layer this next one. Oh, and I just realized I forgot my rhinestones that I wanted to use on this one. Go grab those real quick. Sorry about that. Hang on just a second. They're over there, just didn't pick them up. All right, so we're gonna finish layering this. Put some adhesive on the back side of this. Granny apple green. Kind of put this off to the side. And then we're gonna pop this one up with some dimensionals. We grab those guys again. I've got a little chain of 4 there. That's exactly what I need. So let's see how we can get them on here. Oh, we'll see. All right, perfect. So get the little tabs off. Okay. Put that, I like it right about there. And then we're going to take our die cut greeting, put that on. And you could also put this on with some dimensionals. You could pop that up if you wanted. And then I'm going to come in with some champagne rhinestones. These little guys, I think, retired. I'm almost positive they did. And like I said, I apologize because we're just at that time of the catalog with the transition that I was designing projects and new stuff was coming in, old stuff was leaving, and it's just, I know you stampers we can figure out other options. I just know it. Okay. And there's our second card, just that easy, just using some designer series paper, some embossing, put a greeting on it, and 1 stamp. And you've got your card all set. All right, let me clean these things up. And I will be right back with another project for you. All righty. Okay, we are back with another project here. All right, this one, we are using Azure Afternoon, which how fun is that to say, Azure Afternoon? I don't know if that's how I'm pronouncing it. I could be wrong. So, you know, whatever works for you. But this is a beautiful, beautiful blue, a new color. And then we're using our white crafting. The stamp set that I'm using is the Dainty Delight stamp set, which was in the spring and it's carried over in the annual catalog. Beautiful, beautiful stamp set. And then I'm using the new Countryside Corners dies. So I'm using this one and this one. So this is a nice like nesting of dies. And I'm going to use these 2. Okay, let's get going with our supplies here. So we've got our envelope. We've got a piece of basic white that is 5.5 by 8.5. I've got a piece of Azure Afternoon, which is a 4 by 5.25. And then I've got a piece of basic white that is 3.5 by 4.75. And then we need just a strip of basic white to cut out our label piece. And then I've got a little bow here, and there's a story behind the bows here, so I'll tell you that in a bit. I have gone ahead and cut out the basic white label. So I went ahead and used this die and got that cut out. And then I am such a fan. Those of you who come to my in-person card classes, you know this. Or if you watch my videos, you know this too. I am such a fan of die cutting if I need a label or something I'm using on my card, of cutting it out of the layer that we're putting over our card. So I have gone ahead and die cut that out. So on this card, we are just using the perimeter. So we're going to layer over top of this, and no one will know that we've cut that out, of course, unless they take apart our card. Now, that being said, what I was sharing with some of the ladies at class is that, you know, this is a way to just like, so I didn't have to cut another piece of cardstock just to give, you know, the ladies at class a piece to die cut. You can just cut it out of this layer. But it also helps with your weight on your postage. If you've got like tons and tons of layers, you know, this is just, it was your layer and you're taking a piece out to use as a label and to use as another accent on your card. And you're not adding any more weight to your card by doing that. So that's just my little 2 cents for that. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start stamping. So let me get a piece of paper here. Need something to stamp on because I got some glue on that last one and I'm like, did I get that on my card base? But it doesn't look like it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and fold that in half and flatten the crease with my bone folder. So first what we're gonna do is a little stamping on our Azure Afternoon. And this is my white craft pad. It's a lot of love at class and it got broken here. So over the time, I'm gently opening it up. And I'm going to take this little image from the Dainty Delight stamp set and just ink that. And we're going to create just a slight pattern around the border because we are just going to see border on this card or on this particular piece of cardstock. So let me shut this because we are done with that. That's all the white we're going to be stamping with. And clean this off my stamp there. Okay. So what that has done is create this like pop of color in the white on the Azure Afternoon cardstock. So I'm just going to let that sit aside to dry. It takes us a little bit longer to dry because it's our craft ink, and it'll be done ready to go by the time we're done stamping here. So I'm just going to set that aside and then come in with our color. So the deal with the bows is I normally tie the bows for my ladies at class and stuff. And well, I use the glitter organdy ribbon. And when I went to find the spool of the glitter organdy ribbon to cut it for class, do you think I could find that anywhere? No, could not find it anywhere. So I ended up tying all kinds of little white bows and just all kinds of different white ribbon and let the ladies just choose what they wanted. And it seemed to work out really well. So yeah, so they're all different. They were all different. So I'm just stamping this cluster of flowers, and you'll notice I'm just kind of dropping my blossoms down a little bit each time I stamp it. So this one's almost full span of the cardstock, then it's like 3/4 down, and I'm going to drop this one down a little bit more. So what that's doing is, it's creating like movement on my cardstock, but it's also creating like white space here that I'm going to put my label. So I didn't want the card to be like overly cluttered, too much images, if there's even, if that's even possible. And I'm just going to go ahead and stamp that on our envelope too. Clean off my stamp. And then I'm going to use the Celebrate You and stamp that on my label. They already die cut. And I think that's it for the stamping. You know what? I think inside, because we're going to layer on this card. So I think I'll go ahead. I will stamp a little bit of that blossom on the inside of the card too. Because I think that will look nice. So clean it up again. All right, so we've got all of our pieces. I'm going to go ahead and post ink pad. Now, what did I do with that label? I got the die cut label piece, but I apparently didn't pick up the label. Oh my gosh, you think my head, if it wasn't attached today, I don't know, ladies. Okay. Here we go. Oh goodness. I tell you, we've got a lot going on here. We've got dust everywhere. Like I couldn't open the windows until later this evening because they were just moving dirt, gravel, and everything. And oh my goodness, the dust is just everywhere. Anyway, I'm digressing. Okay, we're gonna come back in with our layer that we stamped. We get some adhesive. I'm gonna go ahead and use my tape run around the rest. There. And we're going to put that label or that Azure piece down with the label cut out. Again, you're not going to be able to see that, so no worries there. Okay. And we're going to put this layer on next. Press that in. Okay, and then I've got my Azure Afternoon label, and I've got the one with our sentiment on it, and I'm just gonna layer that just evenly right there. Come back in with dimensionals. And I need to grab the embellishments again. Oh my gosh. Ladies, oh, if this is the first time you're joining me on a video, just I am normally better organized than this. It just a lot going on, so it's like a little discombobulated. Let's get some glue dots here. Let's grab some glue dots from one of my paper pumpkin kits. Okay, put a little bow there. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. So cute. Let me grab some gems. I couldn't decide whether I wanted to use like the iridescent rhinestones, or I think I will. We'll go with those iridescent rhinestones. So I was taking a walk today, and I was walking on the trails here in the Hoover Trail, and oh my goodness, I saw a snake. Oh, if nobody saw me, but I'm telling you, they probably would have been laughing if they did, because I know I jumped. I was just like, oh, it gave me the jeebers. It was right by the bridge, and I was like, ooh. I was not expecting it. I don't like snakes. I don't like snakes or spiders. I mean, does there anybody like snakes? I don't know. But oh yeah, that was not something I wanted to see on the trail during my walk. Ooh. Okay, there we go. There's our envelope, our card. Quick and easy, just a couple layers, stamping and die cut, simple. All right. All right, let me clear these things out, and then I'll come back with one more project for you. Okay, all right, we've got one more project here. I hope so far you've gotten some great ideas on how to make some easy, clean, simple designs, but just look nice and crisp, like you put a lot into them, but they were simple to make, and that's what we want to do when we need a card, just want to grab your things and create something. So, okay, on this card, we are using the Berry Burst ink, which is used to be an ink color, and it is a returning color, so it's now in our main line of colors. The Painted Texture 3D embossing folder. I pulled this one out, Artistically Inks. Love this stamp set, Artistically Inked. Love these watercolor images in here. You can make like your own designer series paper. I'm going to show you how to kind of do that with the stamp on this next card we're making. Love this stamp. It's a must-have, I think, for any stamper. And then Timeless Arrangements. This is a new stamp set in the Timeless Arrangements dies. So get a little closer look here. So you've got these great label pieces and these little sprigs, and they cut out the floral images that are in here as well. So this is going to be a lot of fun to work with. This is the first time I've used this. But let me kind of put this up a little bit more so you can get a shot at the sentiments that are in there. Just some beautiful sentiments. I mean, I'm really excited about this, and there's a lot of gratitude here and appreciation, kind of how I look at this stamp set. But love the fonts. I love the different fonts that are featured in this stamp set, and the fact that there's some imagery with it as well. So using those, both new in the new annual catalog, and they are bundled together for a 10% savings. So you can't beat that. Okay, our supplies. So we've got our envelope. We have a piece of Berry Burst cardstock that is cut 5.5 by 8.5. Then I've got a piece of basic white that is 4 by 5.25. Another piece of basic white that is 2 by 5.5. Another piece of basic white that is 2 3/4 by 4. This is showing you that you can take a white cardstock and you can make the card. It's just what you can do to it. It just makes your card pop. And then I've got 2 strips of vellum cardstock that are 1/2 inch by 3.5 inches. Just 2 strips there. And I'll explain to you why I did the strips when I'm putting the card together. Okay. All right, so we're going to take our card base and fold that in half. Okay. And see, that's okay. This piece here, we are going to emboss with our painted texture embossing folder. So I ran that through the cut and emboss machine, and you get this really cool texture piece. Like, look at that. That is, I love that. I love it. So that is what we are going to do with that piece. That's embossed, ready to go. Then we also needed a strip of basic white to do our die cutting of our label piece. And I already ran that through with the Timeless Arrangements dies. And let me get this close up so you can get a look here. So see how it's got the little like dots, and then there's kind of like an X midway. That's what this die does. When a die cuts it out, you get that texture on there. And then I used that one to create the label piece. And let me show you here. So then I took these 2 dies, take them back out here. Okay. So then I used these 2 dies right here. And I got a piece of Berry Burst cardstock and went ahead and cut those out. And this gives you these pieces here. Okay. Now the cool thing, well, this stamp set has many cool things to it. But you're going to notice there's 2 other dies in here that there's strips on them, and then they have like little sprigs, you know, that are attached. So the great thing about this stamp set, I think it was genius when it was designed. So the greetings are slim, that they can be stamped and then put on one of these little bands, you know, the width there, you can stamp it. Let me see, show you this way. Like this little strip right here, because the words are slim, small, you could stamp it and put it right on there and use this in and of itself on your card. So there's a variety of those that can be done. Not with all of them, because some of them have bigger font, but there are a few that you can put on there like that. But the cool thing about this die is that you can then take these pieces, put some adhesive on them, layer them, and then they become like sprigs behind your greeting piece or whatever you want to tuck them behind. I can't tell you, and I know you ladies know this, there's stampers out there, men and women. When you are trying to tuck like little die cut pieces like these behind your card, sometimes that's a lot to mess with because you've got the adhesive and you got to tuck them behind. But these strips putting on like that for putting behind, that was genius, just genius. I'm going to show you. We'll get to that and you'll see how easy it just makes it, you know. So back to our regularly scheduled program. All right, let me get a piece of paper here. Come back in, we're gonna do a little stamping. Okay, so we're gonna take our watercolored image and put that on, and I didn't re-ink this one after the class, and it could have had a lot of love to it, so we're gonna see. So we are gonna take and stamp this multiple times over our white cardstock. Okay, so what we are doing is just creating kind of our own designer series paper. There, okay. what I love about this is you can kind of tap over it and it's not going to, gonna be like, oh, I can see where she went back over it. It's good because it's like watercolor. Love that. So there, I've taken a piece of white cardstock and I basically made my own designer series paper from that. So that is stamped, ready to go. I've got the You Make Me Smile. I love that sentiment in this stamp set. So I'm going to ink that up and stamp it down. Okay. And then I've got this cute little blossom that comes in the stamp set. And I'm going to ink that and stamp it twice, kind of like we did with that fern. So you get this beautiful, like, two tones of florals there. And I'm going to do that same thing on the front of my envelope too, just to keep that design consistent. Okay. Simple, but just coordinates the card together. So we are done stamping. I'm going to go ahead and shut that ink pad, put that aside, and we are ready to assemble. See, look how easy. Again, quick and easy, plain and simple. That's where we're going with these cards today. All right, let me get some pieces. I'm gonna put this on the inside. I hope you are enjoying the projects that I'm sharing with you today. Like I said, please feel free to give me your feedback, and if you're enjoying wanting any of the products that you see featured in here, I always appreciate your orders. Put that down. So look, we've got our DSP that we've created. Now we're going to come in with that vellum. And so the funny thing was when I was cutting for this class, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put some vellum behind there. It'll give it, I just think it gives it such a nice, elegant touch. Then when I was getting in my folder that I keep the vellum in, I had all these little 1/2-inch strips. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just wanting a touch behind it. Pay attention to what I'm doing so I can put this down where I want it. I just wanted to create an illusion, that layer behind it. But nobody's going to be seeing all that. So I'm like, I'm just going to use those strips. For one, they're already cut, which is like awesome. I mean, how many of us as crafters, when you go to get in your paper stash, when you're making and creating and stuff, and you can find a piece of cardstock cut exactly the size that you need? I mean, that's a good day, right? I don't know. I mean, I think it is. So, okay, let me come back in. So anyway, that is why I used the strips of cardstock, because they were perfect for the layer that I was wanting to create. And I just feel like vellum, it just gives you a nice softness to your card. You get that nice little layer there. And like I said, nobody knows that it's not a full sheet behind there. All right, so let's come back to our little die cuts here. And I'm going to take and put a little bit of adhesive right there. And I'm going to layer this little guy right over top of that. Okay. And then I'm going to take my adhesive again. And you can do this however you want, lay it however you want. But I want those little leaves to kind of pop out. So I'm just going to offset it just slightly. And again, you can do however you want. But then look at that. Look how that has created that layer of those blossoms. Like I've tucked them all back there. And they're attached, with those bands, which is super, super cool. Okay, let me grab some dimensionals. I just think that was genius in the design. Because you're probably like, yeah, we know, Christina, you've said that enough. It was a good idea. Whoever did that. We need to have more of that. There we go. Love that. Look at that. Okay. And there's our last card, 4th one. So 4 cards. Woohoo. All right, so let me take these things out of here. and bring back in all of our cards that we did. So we've got that one here. And then we had done this guy, and all my camera keeps going in and out. Like, we've got two blues here. I should switch these just for like color purposes. So nice. I am so excited about these, and I hope all of you are too with what we've done today. I hope you've enjoyed the project. I hope it inspires you to create some projects of your own by using these layouts or the stamp sets or whatever it might be to kind of create some paper sunshine that you can send along to brighten somebody's day with. That is just, I think, what card making is all about. I love it when I get happy mail. So that's a good day. All right, I am going to go ahead and close. That's everything that I wanted to share with you today. Again, if you are watching this on my YouTube channel, please subscribe so you can get notifications when I upload new videos. Feel free to share the video and like and comment. Love to hear your feedback. So, all right, thanks so much. And until next time, happy stamping. Bye-bye.